Hi, my name is Ben Adams and this is IELTS 7.Guru, and today I want to talk to you about brainstorming techniques. But today I want to tell you about 5. So basically, before we get into these 5 different techniques, I want to tell you something else quite important about brainstorming. Now actually, the process of brainstorming in the exam is also really useful. People forget this. In fact, they just think brainstorming is about getting new ideas, but it's not. Another reason why brainstorming is really useful is that when you go into the exam, it helps you do several things. First of all, it helps you calm down because you already have something to do. You're not worried, you have a plan, and you have a method to deal with a problem. Another way brainstorming helps is it actually helps you remember ideas that you may already have. By going through the process, it actually triggers stuff that you have thought about before, and it helps bring it back. So it also helps you get stuff you already know. And of course, brainstorming can help you generate new ideas. But you've got to be careful, don't brainstorm too much. 2 or 3 minutes is fine. And this brings me to another important question. You really need to ask yourself, do you need to brainstorm? Well, not everyone needs to brainstorm, this is true. Let me give you an example. If you are in the exam and you have seen this topic many times and you've read stuff about it and you're really comfortable with it, then maybe you don't need to brainstorm. You can go straight into planning and quickly organize your ideas in a logical way. But most people, including most of my students, when they see a question, they go, what's this? And they really struggle with new ideas. So in this case, the best thing to do is to try one of the brainstorm techniques I want to tell you about today. So let's get started. There are 5 brainstorm techniques I said, and the first one is pros and cons, or you can call it advantages and disadvantages. It doesn't really matter. And this is the technique most people start with. You have a column on one side, a column on another side, and you write down ideas on both sides as quickly as you can and try to use these later. This is fine. There are a couple other ones I actually prefer. I actually really like a strategy called the what if technique, and this is great because it helps you think, what if we did do something, or what if we didn't do something? And in both cases, you can try to think what would happen or what wouldn't happen. And this helps you generate lots of reasons for doing or not doing something. And it's great for talking about any question which includes the word should. For example, should cars be banned? Well, what would happen if cars were banned? What wouldn't happen if cars were banned? And this can help you get lots of ideas. Another one, which is probably my favorite, is called the discussion clock. And I talked about the discussion clock in the opinion essay walkthrough before, because it's really good for opinion essays, for helping you to think outside of the ways you normally think. Helps you consider very different areas, for example, health or education or culture or society in general. And so this is a good technique too. I also have another technique called the argument table. And this is similar to the discussion clock, but it's more organized, and because it's in a table form, some people prefer it. It helps them think better, it helps them think more logically. Everyone is different. And finally, I've got a technique called the solution evaluator. This is a great way to help you look at any solution and think, what are the potential problems of this solution? And if you can do that, if you can think what might go wrong or what the costs may be, then this makes it very easy to consider 2 solutions or 3 solutions, and in your conclusion write a clear, simple conclusion that summarizes the benefits of each or the problems of each. So these are the five basic techniques then: the pros and cons, the what if, the discussion clock, the argument table, and the solution evaluator. Now, I've talked about these very quickly, but I have a guide that you can download and you can practice these with. The guide includes photocopyable sheets that you can photocopy and write on and help you when you generate ideas, and help you to help you practice at home or with a partner or with a friend to generate ideas for different kinds of things. And this guide is really useful. It's available on the website down here, IELTS7.guru, and have a look. I hope you find it really useful. So have a look, download the worksheet, and have a go. If you're already a member, if you're already subscribed to IELTS7.guru, don't worry, I'll send it to you anyway. You'll get it in your email. But if you aren't, you'll need to subscribe to get the guide. So have a go and let me know what happens. That's it. IELTS7.guru. Bye.